Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. And in today's video, I want to do a little bit of a recap, honestly. I have just passed my 5 months of Raid Shadow Legends, and honestly, it's been an absolute blast. What I want to do is I want to go over where I'm at in my game and my roster and kind of see, and I hope that some of you people who are watching can maybe give me a better idea of how well I'm doing or not. Now, some full disclosure is that I have spent a little bit of money on my account. I would say I spent about I would say about 100 or so, 100 to 150 US dollars per month. So that's been about five for me. So do keep that in mind as well when we talk about some of the things here today. But I love this game, and I can't wait to see what else more that we can accomplish. And I want to go over what I've been able to do so far. But before we do get started with the video, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, what are you waiting for? Get out from under that rock. Download using the QR code or in the description down below the link, and you'll get yourself a free Corrado Fox Hunter Legendary for Shadow King and three free epics: Tagore, Ugo, and Fane, who are very amazing epic champions to start your journey off. And the other thing I want to note is that you can get yourself a free Tholen Falbeard, absolutely insane, by using the promo code Demon Slayer within the first 40 hours of a brand new account. I just unlocked him today, who we will be going over in this video as well. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So let's get started with the basics. Now we're gonna start here in my roster, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into full horizontal mode, and I'm also gonna bring in my master vault and my reserve vault, and I want to show you how many basically how many legendaries that I have. Let's filter this a little bit more because I think maybe that's kind of exciting for some people to see first. So these are all of the legendary characters that I have in my roster in 5 months, and I kind of want to start towards the beginning. So when I first started my account, I had used the promo code Monkey King, which allowed me to get Sun Wukong. So that was one of my first legendaries. And also, I didn't have any particular promo code that actually, like, that I used for myself. Promo link is what I meant to say, to get a free legendary character. So I didn't get any of that, and that wasn't available for me. But I also started when Alice the Wanderer was also just getting started with the Alice Chase back during her event back in January and February and into March. So that was a very powerful character that I've been using for such a long time. She's still one of my best AoE nuker characters, and I don't regret this at all. And I think from there, I randomly pulled, who was my third one? Strategos Islan was my third legendary character who I got in my roster there. And then I think after that, I want to say that we got lucky and I got Estra Dreamsong, who happened to be one of my best speed lead characters because of her ability that she increases speed buff, she increases attack, and she also increases turn meter. Really great character, I love. And then she also can go into from that buff, because you get a free turn after that, into this, which decreases speed and turn meter. So really amazing speed lead character. Some of the other characters that I managed to pick up along the way, honestly, I ended up getting Moto the Peel. Now, one thing that's funny about him, he had his own event, I'm pretty sure, but I ended up just pulling him from a Sacred Shard later on. And then after that, it kind of slowed down for a while. I got some really bad characters like Matthias Blackflail. I don't think he's very good either. And I got a couple of random characters. But you can see that overall, I have, what is that, 10, 15, 18. So I got 18 legendary characters on my roster in the last 5 months. So I guess that's averaging about I would say about 3 to 4 legendary characters a month. We did manage to finally get Tholen Falbeard as well. So as far as the fusion of the characters that I've got, I did not get the Mad Hatter. The second one, I believe I did not get either, which was Esme the Dancer, was a fragment fusion character. And then the third one was Fabian, right? So I managed to get him. That was back in March. And then April, I also got Lysanthe or Beastbane. And then May, we were now getting, I must have missed one. So, May was the Shadowkin guy. I forget his name now. Ishiyama. I didn't get him. And then June here in Tholen Falbeard. So I'm like 3 for 6, or like maybe every other one I seem to be able to get as far as the fusions go. We also have Eodix Artor here. I managed to pull the Dwarf Unity Champion, Admiral Blacktusk. We also have Scylla the Drakes. We have Yakarl the Scourge. This was a pull. I'm still collecting his fragments from the arena store. Arashi the Riptide, Kantra the Cyclone, Furil the Barkhorn. This guy is really good. Hell, Hades puts him at a 5 out of 5 here as far as what he does and his buffs and his debuffs, and it's just really, really good. He's very great. He's good for a lot of dungeons. That really helps you as a support character. I really like this character. And then of course I managed to get Arbiter as well. So Arbiter was done in about 75 days. I did do a video about that as well. I'm not going to go over every single epic champion that I have because honestly, there's a lot of epic champions at this point. Like, there is a lot if you count. But some of my most favorite epic characters that I use, I'm going to go back into horizontal mode. Some of the ones that I use the most is basically like Akamtoon. So I pulled him more recently and then I built him. I love this guy for AoE wave clearing. Ugo, also who I got as one of my promo link characters. Ugo has been really good, and you will still get Ugo if you use the QR code in the top right hand of the screen. Wink, wink. So, you know, Ugo is a really great support character that is block buffs and decreased defense. Love the debuffs. Fane, also another good character, part of my Demon Lord team. So some of these you can see up towards the top that are in my 60s that I have used quite a bit. You can see here Rector Draft, also really great, amazing, epic healer who you can get in the beginning of the game for using the Apprentice Pass, or sorry, buying the Apprentice Pass for that, which is about, I think it was like 10, 15 US dollars. Speaking of small transactions, I do think that if you are playing this game, some of the best bang for your buck, which I am going to pick up now because I haven't done it for a while, is the Daily Progression Daily Gems Pack. If you are going to be playing, it's 10 US dollars. You're going to be playing this game every single day, and you might as well go and pick this up, right? This is something that everybody should have, and why I'm going to pick it up now. So 10 US dollars to get yourself that. Really good, right? You're playing every single day. You might as well get some extra gems along the way. An extra 2,100 gems over the course of the month is going to be very helpful in a lot of ways, especially in energy for various events and tournaments. So don't forget about that. That is really great. I'm going to clean that up some other time. As far as what I've been able to do, though, in this space of time, I do want to go into my daily log and reward. So I'm actually at 154 days played. So I'm a little bit up from 5 months exactly, but we are working ourselves towards still the Drake's at 180. I already have her, so I guess it's going to be my first legendary dupe. In this case for the Barbarians faction, so that's going to be a thing there. But I want to talk about my progression in the game. So campaigns are clear, right? At this point, all that's clear, including Nightmare Mode. I want to talk about dungeons, though. I have, for the most part, with the exception of Spirit, I have actually cleared stage 14 and 15 on the other affinities outside of this. This is the team that I'm using for my Iron Twins Fortress. I'm using Khan Branchbreaker because he has a really good defense aura. He also puts up shields and barriers and defense up as that. We have Esther Dreamsong and Fear of the Barkhorn. Both of them apply speed down, which is really important on Iron Twins so that you can start buffing your other characters. And I'm basically using Geomancer to burn the boss to do damage reflection and hope that he kills himself over time. We have Rector Drath for healing to keep everyone else alive, alongside the barriers, and you know, it doesn't do, I don't know why it doesn't do super hot on Spirit. Probably because I have a bunch of force characters. I have like 3 force characters that are weak to Spirit. That's probably why it's not going over so well. Maybe if I like kept pushing, I could probably just get the clear for the Immortal Soulstone here, but I haven't done it yet. But otherwise, other than that, all of my keeps are cleared. Obviously, you could do this pretty early on, probably within the first month. Minotaur also, all this can be done within the first month. My event dungeon, interesting stuff. I'm just farming stage 20. Maybe I could push further. I don't know if I care that much about pushing further. I am still getting 5 to 6 star gear, and that I think is really, really good. But, you know, I just don't have any, at this time anyways, don't have any real drive to push beyond that at the moment. But maybe I will. Ice Golem's Peak, we're into hard mode, but we're actually fairly far. So I managed to clear up to stage 7. It is super slow. You can see my clear times is like 10 minutes, 11 minutes. 12 minutes, 14 minutes, good God, it is really bad. And I don't think I managed to get to the next one, but this is the team that I am slow burning my way through this. It is not fast. It is just a lot of slow burning. I'm not even using the burn mechanic to do this, actually. And at least I don't think I am, as far as which this is my ice. Oh, this is my regular Ice Golem. I thought I made an Ice Golem hard mode team, but this might be my Ice Golem 20 team. I thought I did something that was a little bit different that actually involved using my Skrank, but I'm not sure if he was able to survive or not for the burns. I think I was just using this. That's why it took so long. It wasn't actually using the burn mechanics. I was just kind of surviving and kind of knocking back turn meter, that kind of thing, and just hoping for the best, putting up my defensive buffs, and it was super, super slow. But I managed to do this for, as far as the Marius, I believe it was the Marius missions, right? You know, where you're having to do some of this more important stuff. I need to do hard mode Fire Knight, and I have not managed to pass that yet, but that is what I'm working on right now. because I need to make sure that I can clear this so I can get further in the Marius missions. And I also need to fuse Raisin Scarhide for my Romantu missions if I want to get further along on that. So as far as Raisin goes, I'm missing this one stupid rare channeler, and that's keeping me from being able to finish Raisin, because I have literally everyone else, but that one rare, or just maybe pulling this epic randomly so that I could skip that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm missing in order to get further on there. But Dungeon Fire Knight, it's not easy, right? You need characters with the freeze mechanic, and that's just something that I don't have. But one thing that I am working on, though, is that exactly. So I'm just, let's just take some of these characters out here, right? Like, I'm working on Neldor Rhineblade, who is level 60. You need to gear him up a little bit more. I have this character who I pulled recently, Cryodan of the Blue, another freeze character. And then I also have Yakarl of the Scourge lying around somewhere. I guess he's over here, right? Yakarl, where are you, buddy? And so these are 3 freeze characters that I'm trying to work up, gear them up, all that kinds of things. Get some red stars would be nice for Fire Knight Hard. And then I'm hoping to do that with Estrid Dreamsong and Aferican the Black. And I'm hoping that the 5 of those characters might be enough to get me through Fire Knight Hard. But I haven't really made a whole lot of progress through that. Dragon's Lair, some of the easier ones to clear. Honestly, I managed to get to stage 6. I probably could push a little bit more, but I don't really have any huge desires to farm hard mode dungeon content right now until I get a little bit further in those Marius missions. But there you go, I am able to clear some of that there. I think he is the easiest one to clear. I would actually say Spider's Den. So Spider's Den normal is actually fairly challenging, but once you get to hard mode, I feel this one's a lot easier, because all you have to do is just kill the ads, and that damages the boss, which if you have enough strong AoE characters, then and a little bit of defensive buffs, right, to keep yourself alive for when the actual boss takes a turn and does some stuff. But aside from that, if you got a bunch of AoEers, like I'm using Alice and Akamtune, and this does a lot of work, actually, that I'm able to get this done. I've been able to get the first 5 done. I think I could probably do stage 6 as well. I just might have to manual play that. I'm basically autoing up to stage 5, but I mostly, if I need to farm hard mode Spider, I'm doing this on stage 2. So I do find that Fire Knight is the hardest of all of the dungeons as far as the hard mode stuff content goes. Now, Sand Devil's Necropolis, I am able to do stage 17, which breaks into the Superior Oil. And we'll talk about this in a minute, because they brought out a really great quality of life feature that I really enjoy with that. Phantom Shogun's Grove is a lot easier to climb, in my opinion. I'm able to do about 18, 19 and grind that out, and that's not a problem. Most of this has to do with red stars over Sand Devils, which does not require this. The higher your red stars are when you're doing this, the easier it's going to be. So there is kind of some restriction when it comes to that. I do want to kind of go back to that, because this is a really good thing when you're doing ascension of accessories and gear and stuff like that. They now have this new extract mixer, and this just came out pretty recently. And so now you can upgrade from a 10 to 1 perspective, though. If you want to upgrade to like greater extracts, you can do it this way. If you have way too much of this tiny stuff that I do have, like the lesser extracts, I have a crap ton of that, and I don't have as much as the other stuff. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you check that out, because that's a pretty good thing there. A Sand Oil Mixer, same thing. Now, I don't farm Sand Devils nearly as much, so maybe I need to do that a little bit more. Maybe I need to work on that a little bit more. Gear Ascension is actually still pretty important to the overall. I just only use that if I have like a really, really good piece. And I typically save that for 6-star, like good, like legendary or higher 6-star pieces. That's what I tend to save my Ascension gearing for. As far as other things, Faction Wars. Now, we're on 667 out of 945. I have a lot of ways to go, especially when it comes to Banner Lords. Dwarves, this might go up more now that I have Thelwyn Foulbeard. I haven't been able to give this a go since I unlocked him. Shadowkin is also pretty low, 33 stars, 36, 39. Some other low ones, 36 for Dark Elves, and 39. 28 for Lizardmen. That's like my worst ones. My best ones, 55 stars on Ogren Tribe Crypt, 61 on High Elf because I have Arbiter and a couple other good characters, 58 on Sacred Order because it's being carried by Alice. Those are some of my best ones there. And Sylvan Watchers, I actually have some decent characters too. So Sacred Order, High Elf, Ogren, for me, that's what's being carried. And actually, my Mythical is also part of Demon Spawn. I think the only reason why I'm not further is because he's not really a damage character too much. And so he's not solo carrying the entire thing. So that's why. But on my way to Lydia, the Death Siren, I'm about 2/3 of the way, just over 2/3 of the way through, I think, at this point. So not too bad, but I have a little bit more work to do. As far as Arena, I don't think we need to cover Arena, really, honestly. But I'll kind of show you guys what things look like in my Great Hall where I'm currently sitting at for that. I've maxed out 2 accuracies, so magic and force. I am kind of just going incrementally, and I level this up. I tend to level this up during clan versus clan. This is the best time to get some additional points for that. So I'm just kind of going back and forth on spirit and void. That's the current plans there. For area bonuses, I am not doing nearly enough live arena. But it's very mixed. I haven't done a whole lot of work on that. That's something I should, and I just don't have the time, honestly. I need to do more, though. Demon Lord, I am plugging my way. I have a 1 key, a nightmare, and I usually do about a 2 key Ultra Nightmare, which leaves me 1 extra key to either push Ultra Nightmare a little bit more for damage for the clan, or I just throw it onto Brutal and do a 1 key there. That's not too bad. As far as my team goes, you can see it's a very standard team. Alice is doing most of the damage. Fane is Fane and Geomancer are kind of tied there in terms of total damage. Rector Drath, that is where I need to do a replacement. I really need a better support character, a legendary support character. That's what I'm holding out for. I have never had very good luck when it comes to legendary support characters, and I hope I do get like a better healer at some point, and then Esther Dreamsong there to do some more buffing. That's my clan boss team there. Hydra, not so amazing. I'm able to clear normal, and I'm able to get on the board for hard. I find that Hydra is some of the hardest content in Raid Shadow Legends, so it does take a lot of work to be able to get that going. That is still something that I need to spend more time with. And for Chimera, I've been able to max out easy, like a lot. And then normal, I've done quite a bit of damage here as well. I probably should break into hard, but my clan is not really there yet. And so I feel it's better to get like 2 chests on each of these than to work on hard, where we're not really doing a lot of stuff on that just yet. Have some more work to do on that. And then Doom Tower, I have been able to clear most of this, all of it on normal. Hard, I am working away on. In this current one that's out right now, not this guy. I hate Scarab King. I hate Scarab King so much. I need dedicated to destroy characters, and I do not have that. I hate this boss so much. I need to really think about how to do this a little bit easier, though, and that's something I definitely need to work on in my roster, too. But aside from that, Cursed City, I'm plugging my way out that as well. You know, I've done pretty good. I'm actually close to my first Cursed Chest on normal mode. Hard mode, not so much. I don't really have those candles going that much. That's something that I'm not really able to do, and I just don't have my roster is just not big enough to be able to make significant amounts of progress. But at the end of the day, I just see Doom Tower and Cursed City as just some free extra resources that we get every single month. So I think that pretty much rounds things out. Let me know, and red stars I can always get, Altar of Souls I can always get more of that stuff, right? You can never have enough as far as red stars on new characters, and I think that's pretty much about it. What I would love to know is, I'm curious where you guys are at in your game. If there's anyone watching this is kind of around where I'm at, I'd really love to know how you guys think I'm doing, because this is my first time playing Raid Shadow Legends yet, and I don't know if am I doing good or am I doing really, really badly. That's something that I would love to hear from you guys. Again, Marius missions, I'm at 27 out of 180. Romantu, not very far, at 20 out of 183, and I did Arbiter in about 3 months. So not too bad there. That's going to be the end of the video, but before we do go, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Shadow Legends yet, get out from under that rock. Download using the QR code or in the description down below to get yourself Karato Fox Hunter for free, and also 3 other epics available, Tagore, Ugo, and Fane at account level 10, 20, and 30. So that's 1 legendary character and 3 epics. And then you can also pick yourself up 1 more by getting yourself Tholan Foulbeard absolutely free for the month of June by using the promo code Demon Slayer for the first 48 hours of a brand new account. All right, you do all that stuff, download using the QR, get onto Raid Shadow Legends, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.